It's back to school time, and for so many people, this is just a real mix of emotions. So many things going on. Is it a new school? Are we moving into middle school or high school? Are we going from homeschool into a public school setting? Is it your child's first time off at big school? My goodness, so many things that we can attach to going back to school. And then there's the parents and the kids who are like, yay, it's back to school. And then there are those that genuinely mourn. And that is totally okay too. Well, it is back to school time. And today I just want to give you my little teacher/mother pep talk on starting off school on the right footing. Hi, and welcome to Learning Life. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you like these videos, you can subscribe and press the bell to get notified, or you can drop me a message to say hello. Or if you like us, give us a thumbs up. Well, it is back to school time, and 2020 has been very interesting with what's been going on with school. When all of a sudden schools are closing and kids are sent home and parents are like, I am now a crisis schooler. It wasn't really homeschooling. You didn't get to choose it, but all of a sudden kids are at home and they're trying to remote learn, and all of these things are going on. And even now, schools aren't really sure how ultimately is our school year going to look like. And I know that there have been plans back and forth, and there will probably be changes. And so coming into this school year, it is rather different. But regardless of whether we are at home or in a school, no matter what it sort of looks like, there are some things that we can really do to help us set ourselves up for success in that, because that really is just my heart. I want to see kids feel good about themselves as they go through school. I want families to feel good about the experience that their children are having or that they're having as a family. Do what works for you. That seems to be my little thing. My husband always laughs at how many times I say, do what works for you. But that's the truth even here. When it comes to school and what we need to do, what works for you as a family is what you need to do. Don't worry about atrophy or, falling behind. I know that has been a big concern of many parents, being like, well, I'm not really a teacher. And then all of a sudden my child was home and they didn't really enjoy the lessons, and maybe I should have forced them. And, now we've had summer break and we really haven't done it. And whoa, I get that. But don't worry. Honestly, I think you could have had all that COVID and summertime out and your kids will still be fine. Honestly, let's not worry about it. And remember that our teachers are trained to be able to look and see where some of these gaps are and to help fill them in. Okay, so let's not worry about that. Let's just go into, we can have a good school year and my child can learn. So what? Maybe they forgot a few facts. They can look that up on Google. But it's the skills and stuff that is part of what they've been learning. They will still have it. So please, don't worry. Set realistic grade goals. This to me is key. Realistic grade goals. I know we sort of all have that. I want my child to be the top of everything and to do the best and be there. You know what? Not every child can. And I think it's good at the beginning of the year to sit down and be like, really, what is the load of this subject? Maybe it is an advanced placement, or maybe it is something that is going to take sort of more effort and time just because of the nature of the subject, and look at it across the board. And if your child is capable of doing all A's, then set that as a realistic goal. If they're an all B student, do that. Or look at grades, subjects, and set it accordingly. Don't try to push our children into you have to perform so well and get to the top when maybe that is not okay for them. I just believe in setting children up saying, I believe in you and I believe that we can do this and you can do this, but let's do something realistic, because the last thing I want is a student who really does struggle being told that they are expected to get all A's. That is not setting them up for a good school experience. A number doesn't define you. This sort of goes with the goals one for grades. And this is what I say to all my students. I have worked with students who have had difficulties learning for years. And I actually have to say it to myself on a number of different things. But a number doesn't define us. You are not that 70 that you're getting on that test. You are not that 92 even. Don't let those numbers pull you down or cause you stress. You are you, this unique gift, blend of personality and interests and all of those things. Take what you are good at, what you love to do, and make that work for you. Don't let a number bring you down. Don't let a number tell you that you're not worthy or you're not good enough. I refuse to let that to happen to you. Remember, a number doesn't define you. Set your non-negotiables. Really, this is for you parents. And I always say, these are some things that we need to be doing for our kids. So what are non-negotiables? Like in our house, and this is where we sort of come in with family values, respect and attitude. So if our kids were in school, they're not there at home with us, it would be, I expect you to be respecting your teacher and to have a good attitude, non-negotiable. Or maybe it is something like if, for children that are struggling to say, look, I love you so much that when you are struggling, that is really hard. So to me, I want to say it's a non-negotiable. If you're struggling, please come to me. I will be here. I will listen. I don't want to find out 6 months down the track. That would break my heart. Let's set it. So if you are struggling, if you're feeling angry or frustrated about a subject or something that your teacher has said or done, or you're just not feeling good enough about it, come and talk to me so that we can work this out. Your schoolwork, it's a non-negotiable. I expect, and it is a non-negotiable, that you need to be handing in all of your schoolwork and doing all of your work, getting it in on time. Just simple things like that, but set what works for you as a family. Be your child's advocate. Really can't stress this enough, that as parents, we need to be often a voice for our children. Now, as a teacher, I loved it when parents would introduce themselves or they would drop me emails throughout the school year, just letting me know what's going on, things that they've observed, maybe some concerns. It was always nice when they said, good job. Even pulling up your child and be saying to the teacher, oh, I am so sorry. I have noticed this about my child. This is what we're working on. But advocate for them in that respect, as well as for things like if they have a 504 or an IEP plan, these things are in place. You might need to be an advocate to make sure that those accommodations get done. Or maybe it's something like homework. I am not a firm believer in homework, especially in the younger grades. I actually homework. But I've heard so many sort of horror stories of parents just being really upset that their child is taking them 2 hours and they're 7 years old. That's not okay. They should not be taking that long. Maybe your teacher doesn't know that it's taking your child 2 hours. She's thinking, it's 20 minutes worth of work. I'm a firm believer in you set the limit and say to the teacher, you know what? I understand you're setting all this work. We can realistically do this, this, and this, but it's too much for my child. It's just, we can't do that at home. And talk it through and come up with a plan that would make it work. Be your child's advocate. Limit extracurricular activities. And I'm sure now there's some parents going, but what about those college applications? We need to have extracurricular. Yeah, I get that. But our children, really, they're already feeling stressed with all that they need to be doing. And when we're adding in sports practices and this and this and this, there are so many things that they could be doing. And maybe some of those things really should be back in schools. And don't get me started on that one. But if we are overstretching our children, that they are doing things every day until late at night, they're not getting the sleep, they're not getting family time, they're not getting what they need in order to be a successful student. So maybe, just limit those extracurricular activities, as harsh as that might be. So all the best for this coming school year. I know that you can do it. Just get there and enjoy it. Have fun. Spend time together as a family. Make sure that that is connected, even if it's cooking meals together or having family game nights. Make sure that family is protected, because family should always be there. And above all, good luck with this year. Well, thank you so much for watching today. And I hope that these are some things that can just bring you some encouragement. And hey, if you like these videos and would like to see more, perhaps can I invite you to join us as a champion through Patreon so that we can get more videos out. And don't forget to check out the website, LearningThis.Life.